we start. Okay, number 2, your master is Miss Condor and Miss Reggie is the birdie. Alright, guys, go to sleep now. Please.
I'm not sleeping.
Mafia, don't wake up. And Mafia wakes up. You have 1 minute. Good night. We're going to start our conversations with player number 1. Mr. Tramari, minute.
Good morning, everyone. Good to be here. Glad to be in the game. Last game was a fun watch. I just want to say, everyone, I think was a little bit harsh on poor Mr. Hemlock. I think, you know, as someone who's been in that position and also made the wrong choice, I think that's fine. And speaking of that, I don't think we need to keep referring to the rankings because that's not important. No, but good to see a couple of newbies. Welcome, good luck. I always try and go off logic and that never works for me, so I'm going to try and go off like psychic vibes this time. So far for me, 10 is dark, 9 is dark, and 5 is dark, but that's just my psychicness. Let's see how that goes. May the city win. Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Dramatic. We now move to player number 2, Miss Music, your minute.
I think I'm still dreaming about the last game, so I have a nightmare. Mr. Dramatic, your speech was, apart from the nervousness, what I would never guess right, is it nervousness as excitement or is it nervousness as a mafia? So just, I will leave it like behind the wall. So I will think about what you said. And I find your speech quite red. So I think it's still the night is young, so you will hopefully see the Mr. Aggressive, yeah, probably sometime. Yeah. And I will play with Mr. Dramatic for now. Yeah. Maybe I will change my mind if your speech wouldn't be
10 seconds.
So I'm red and I disappointed about the last game, but it's okay. That's okay.
Thank you, Miss Music. We move to player number 3, Mr. Shepherd, your minute.
There you go, guys. First time player, here by invitation, this coach. Not really played sport Mafia before, as it's called, so I won't make any observations yet. I don't understand the nuance of everyone's speech leanings or anything like that yet, so I am red till dead, hopefully not too soon. Not the greatest of conversation, so nice to meet you all, thanks for having me here, and pass, I believe it is.
Thank you, Mr. Shepherd. Please, let's go around. And we move to player number 4, Miss Mamba, your minute.
Thank you. So I would have to disagree with Miss Music on her opinion on player number 1, because I really liked his speech. So it was funny, it was sort of smooth, and I see no dark vibes from him. That's why I'm playing with number 1 so far. We will see. I mean, and that's why I'm not playing with Miss Music, because of the position. Because you said you did not play with him. No, you said you didn't. You sure? She said she played with. Okay, all right, okay. But I still think number 1 is redder for me. Okay.
10 seconds.
And I play with number 3 just because we are very welcoming and nice people so far.
Thank you, Miss Mamba. Your minute's up. Thank you. And we start now with Mr. White. Your minute.
Thank you all for having me. I am slightly worried that my first night in the city, I'm already being looked at as a mafia representative, especially if that happened sense with the werewolves last week that I came from. Let's just not go there. I don't know anyone. I don't know how you play. It will be very interesting to see what happens. I'm again slightly worried that Mr. One thinks I'm dark. So, hey, look, I'm red, and pass.
Thank you, Mr. White. And once again, please, a round of applause. Now we start the conversation with player number 6, Mr. Hamlet.
I'll be playing with player number 3. Not because he's particularly red, but I'm just getting a strong samurai vibe. He's got the vacuums doing this is thank you, and he probably knows a martial art or can chop me up in 2. So if anyone's going to protect me against Mafia, it's going to be 3 unless it is Mafia. But in more seriousness, I did not get much from anyone on the table. I found one a little bit more red than grey, and 2 speech was the same, very similar as last game, which makes me again think red. And so I'm gonna give. She normally likes to try and split teams up at the beginning. I guess then all I could say is for red people is again just try and do what I did last game, but try and use Occam's razor. But simple is normally probably right. So if there's any misfires, if there's any mistakes, if there's any very clear things that are unlogical, it might be happening from new players.
Thank you, Mr. Hamlet. Your time is up. And we go to player number 7, Mr. Fischer. Your minute.
Hello again. I just go in order. So we'll begin. Player number 1, I can't say anything, so let's see what he said the next round. So gray area as usual. So number 2, Yeah, I kind of agree, but I wouldn't agree that there was some suspicion of his speech, but at least you did some analysis, so, and you jump in straight to the game, so that means they're probably trying to find the like players straight away, so I will definitely play with you. So number 3, yeah, you're still calm. I think you have played before, right? So yeah, it seems like you're confident and you know how the game will go, or yeah, so we'll see. Miss Bamba, yeah, as usual, she's trying to like
10
find
seconds.
the people on and off. But yeah, as always in the gray area, we'll see in the next round.
Thank you,
so
Mr.
see you next
Fisher.
round.
Your time is up. We go to player number 8, Mr. Tiny. You mean it?
As usual, beginning game, it's hard to pick up vibes. I think number 1 was really relaxed, so that hopefully is red, but hard to tell. Welcome to new players. I'm also a little bit nervous about number 3, probably because I keep thinking AQUAMAN. It gives me that type of vibes. But the thing I find really suspicious at this stage is that kind of like 7, 2 and 10 are all in the same position, so that's very sus. It's got to be Mafia related. I don't know how that happens. So yeah, I mean, sorry, I don't have too much to pick up on this point. Townspeople, I'm red, you know, like everyone says they are at this point. I'll pass.
Thank you, Mr. Tiny. And we move to player number 9, Mr. Coach. You mean it?
Channel my inner chakra and consult the horoscopes so I can come back to you later with some better psychic vibes. I don't know whether somebody mentioned it last game. I don't know whether it's okay, but like when we're doing the nighttime stuff and you hear things, is that allowed? I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a dirty trick, but yeah, maybe I'll just leave it out. I'll say I've been wrong about number 6 3 times out of 3 games. So I'm red. At the moment I'm ride or die with you, unless you do something that is like obviously incriminating. But yeah, that's all. Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Coach. We end the conversation with player number 10, Mr. President.
Magenta Citizen. Yeah, and I kind of zoned out for this, so I don't really remember what anyone said. Except number 1, like his speech was slightly suspicious because he named some players at the end, so but maybe it was just a joke, or maybe one of us is gonna die tonight. I don't know. Player number 6, samurais shave the top of their head, so yeah, I think you would look a lot better. Player number 3, if you shave the top of your head. Number 8, seem a little bit sus, you know, like, yeah, you said your speech is like, I'm red, like we all said at this point, yeah, everyone always says they're red, so I don't know, this is a bit sus, but yeah, that's it, I don't really have too much to say.
10 seconds.
How many seconds?
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's go to sleep again. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. This is the Alright, under the cover of the night, the Vicious Mafia versus the Pistols. I'm going to play number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. Thank you, Mafia. Don't sleep. Don't wake up and look for change. Thank you, Don. Sherry, wake up and look for Mafia. Thank you, Sherry. Go back to sleep. Please stay in your positions. Player number 10, please tell me who you think Mafia is.
Number 1, number 8, number 5.
Thank you, Tim. Please go back to sleep. And now everyone please wake up. Good morning. I think you all know what happened. And number 10 unfortunately died. So Mr. President, your last minute.
Well, I'm very surprised to have been killed because I'm always very suspicious, always very useful to the Mafia, so maybe it's someone who doesn't know I'm, always a Mafia insider. Maybe it's number 1 who nominated me on the first turn. But yeah, it could be it could be a new player, which is why I nominated, I said 5, seems a bit sus. But yeah, good luck, City. You pass.
Thank you, Mr. President. Alright, and we start the competition with player number 2, music. Few minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately, one red player left, and I don't like the members' accusation about me. Imagine the table with 3 new players and someone would give the no way. And I haven't been gestured that much. Yeah. So now you're getting suspicious because of that accusation. So I will ask the sheriff to check number 4 because she's too opinionated about me, so I just got suspicious about her. I definitely also felt something from the opposite side of the table before the second night started, not the night when we decided to roll. So I'm just suspicious about the players 7, 8, and 9 because it's different. So just, yeah. And
10
I
seconds.
didn't get with player 7, he built his team. He just spoke about the 4 players only. And
Thank you, Miss Music. Thank you. We move to player number 3, Mr. Shepherd. Your minute.
I have no current thoughts formulated. I still don't know any of you guys, so just trying to hunker down and make it through the night. I have no real suspicions. I saw number 4 signaling to check number 10, so presumably number 9. Okay. I was just assuming that she's, good for it, like a citizen, so I'll retract my assumption you're red because of that then. Yeah. I've deduced nothing. I'm afraid, so. I'll pass on.
Thank you, Mr. Shepherd. We move to player number 4, Miss Mamba. Your minute.
Thank you. That was a very good point. I nominate player number 2.
Nomination
So
accepted.
what you actually saw, it was a part of our conversation. You're absolutely right. So what actually happened? Player number 2, all of a sudden, everybody was sitting, just doing this, slow discussion. Player number 2 just said, check number 10, check number 10. Why? Because when you check number 10, and she knew he's gonna die in the first night, which means sheriff actually spent the check for nothing. And that's what after he died, I asked him, okay, I actually saw you.
Elaborate for me.
Warning, Miss Music.
So actually, I saw it and I asked her after the night, like, oh, you actually checked, you asked for number 10. So that was you probably saw. But I personally, I asked for number 9 because of his speech.
10 seconds.
We will see it later. So I think everybody should vote whatever they want, but I probably would go.
Thank you,
with
Miss
number
Mamba. Your time is up. Player number 5, Mr. White. Your minute.
I'm still thinking I have to move town again. I'm a little bit worried about player number 4, mostly because of the number of gestures that you were making. But
I'm very
again,
talkative.
Warning, Miss Mamba.
this is perhaps a different style of game that I'm used to, which I'm trying to recognise. I didn't pick up much from anyone else. There was a lot of sort of shade, sort of general shade thrown around about the way people were acting, people have been played previously. I don't like those gestures, number 2. I don't know what they mean, so I'm just going to try and move on. Apart from that, yes, again, I've not really worked out anything as yet, so I'm just going to try and hunker down and survive, so I'm going to pass.
Thank you, Mr. White. We move to player number 6, Mr. Hamlet. Your minute.
Play 7, you never finished on 5 and 6. 5 good? Good or bad? Me, good or bad? And 9, you said you were going to play with me ride or die, but was that because you think I'm dark anyways, and you're just going to play with me regardless? Okay. Yeah, it's not looking good. I'm just going to put player 4 in the darker, just because I've seen her use her own logic just to sort of build the game. So while you could say she was trying to use 10 to waste the thing, one can also just argue it's too obvious for Mafia just to be like, check the person and then they die. It stands out too much. You're playing against two bad. Honestly, she hasn't done too much bad. Why do I think
10
she's good?
seconds.
Because she had the exact same speech last time that she did, and just for nomination's sake, I will nominate player number 4.
A nomination
Let everyone else
accepted.
speak. But yeah, her
And your
speech was
time
the
is
same as
up.
last time.
Thank you, Mr. Handler. Mr. Fisher, your minute.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm still didn't find my team. So, yeah, I see number 1. We didn't hear him much, so he a little bit nervous, but I wouldn't say so. Yeah, so it was really, there was a different clash between number 4 and number 2. So both of you actually I played before, and both of you every time, even if you clash him, or even you don't clash him, it doesn't mean that one of you red or one of you dark. So I'm still confused. So number 3, you getting into the game, so you're trying to speak more. I don't know, because I'm not getting into yet. So yeah, I'm trying to. Number 9, why should I just jump straight to that?
10
I
seconds.
can, but no. Number 5, yeah, yeah, exactly. I know, but they usually like.
Thank you,
against
Mr.
each other.
Fisher. Your time is up. Mr. Tiny, your minute.
Okay, it's starting to get a little bit more busy. So yeah, a lot of the points number 7 were making seemed logical. There's definitely something going on, a tension between 2 and 4. You know, I lean, yeah. The number 6 has, you know, you work through the logic quite well, same way number 5 was working through the logic, but to me it's kind of neutral. I can't pick up particular vibes. Number 3, please provide a bit more input just so I can have it leaning. And you're
10
wondering about
seconds.
number 1? Oh, who to nominate? Well, there's already 2 people nominated.
Thank you, Mr. Tiny. Your time is up. Mr. Coach, your minute.
I think she just wanted who you thought was good at written that. Yeah, not much.
Just nominate someone.
Warning, Miss Mamba.
I'm just right on that because I put so much shade on you in the last 3 matches, and every time was wrong. Like literally every time was wrong. When I thought that you were civilian, you were Mafia, and I thought you were Mafia. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna pick one way, stick to it, and then see how the interactions go. For some insight, I guess, when number 3 plays games, he's always very proper. So don't let it lean you anyway, because it's just the way that he plays. He just likes to just cover and have a blanket self. I think it was a bit more obvious last time, but yeah, there was during the night some laughing between a couple of people. I'm not gonna throw it out there yet, but it was just a bit strange.
10 seconds.
And the laughing made me think that maybe it was one of the new players, because they would have been like, oh crap. So yeah, that's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Coach. Your minute is up. We finished the conversation with Mr. Damaric. Your minute.
I had the laugh too, but I thought it was from number 10. Yes, alright. I nominate number 9. I
Nomination
just,
accepted.
I find you to be quite nervous at the moment. Your first speech was very short. To me, I mean, this again, it's early, limited information, but if I had to pick someone, you're the darkest for me on the table. I know 2 and 4 are very against each other. I don't necessarily think either of them are bad. I think 2 is red. I think 4 is probably red. No, I think 2 is good. Because, yeah, speech was the same last time. I know what you said about that, but I also thought 10 was sus, so I would have checked it too. Tiny is
10
still red
seconds.
for me. Fish is red for me. Hemlock is grey. I'm so sorry. I do find number 5 a little bit more darker,
Thank
but
you, Mr.
not-
Dramatic. We have finished our conversation. Please remove your hands and elbows off the table, not just turn around. We're gonna start with the voting. There is 3 nominations for tonight in this order. Number 2, number 4, number 9. I repeat, number 2, number 4, number 9. Who votes for player number 2? 1 vote, thank you. Who votes for player number 4? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. And who votes for player number 9? 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone didn't vote. Okay. So because you don't vote, it goes to the last player nominated, so to player number 9. So with 5 votes, player number 9, you're out. Go to jail. And no, actually, yeah, you go to jail. I'll start your minute now. Your last minute.
Yeah, I was red. I don't know why I came across as nervous or dark. I will probably say that I think it's maybe 8, 5, and 1. I actually think 4. I know you said that you're not happy with 4, but I think 4 is good. I think 6 is fine. 7 hasn't taken a side yet, and I haven't seen him do that in a game before, so I think he doesn't know what to do, so it's probably red. So, yeah. Any other questions? Anyone else? I don't really have much to go on for this one. Yeah, I think 8, 5, and 1 Mafia. No. I think he's good. Cool, nice, done.
Thank you, Mr. Coach. People go back to sleep again. Thank you. Alright. And at the cover of the night, the vicious mafia raises their pistols and goes to its players. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. Thank you, Mafia. Dom, please wake up at the first sheriff. Thank you, Dom. Sheriff, wake up. And look for Mafia. Thank you, Sheriff. Alright, let's wake up. Thank you so much. But music game, unfortunately, player number 2 got killed in the night. Means music, your last minute.
Explain, what did you show last time? What did you show about the check, about the sheriff? You asked 9 about the sheriff, about the free. Yeah, I saw it.
No.
I saw
What
you
name is
asked
Mama?
9 about the free. No, I saw your hand.
Okay, yeah.
No, you was asking the 9 for the check, and also then you. So if sheriff haven't checked number 4, she's getting suspicious now. So anyway, the second suspicious person is number 8, and 1 and 5 couldn't be in one team. 1 was always suspicious is number 5. So just if they
10
someone
seconds
is
left.
in one team, so check one of them and you will see the color of the others, and just and 6.
Thank you,
Reddish.
Miss Music. Your
Yeah.
time is up. Let's go around applause. And we start the conversation with player number 3. Your minute.
Hey guys. So I have to begin making deductions. I don't know you as a person, you're very expressive. I don't know whether that is trying to interfere with the game or if you're very excitable about data. I'm not entirely sure, so you're grey-ish. Your hands move a lot, so I'm going to assume you're dark. You seem fidgety and nervous. Not quite yet. I like you. You're a logical straight shooter. I think you're red. I'm not entirely sure. You frighten me a little bit. I can't read you at all. You seem nervous as well.
10 seconds.
I will nominate number 8. because I think
Nomination
you are.
accepted.
I didn't see it here, so.
And your time is up. Thank you, Mr. Shepherd. And we follow the conversation with player number 4, Miss Mamba. Your minute.
Thank you. So I will nominate number 1 just because he speaks the last.
Nomination accepted.
So we need to nominate a lot of people because that's how the game works. Okay. Yes, I'm both a bit excitable and I like this game and I'm gesturing a lot. That's on any card, so it doesn't matter. So what Miss Music was actually asking. So I asked number 9 about number 6 because it's sort of like I want his opinion. But most important, I asked him about number 3 because they're friends in life. So he would pick up the difference in his behavior, I would assume. That's why I asked about. So I didn't ask if he's sheriff or anything. I just asked it if he thinks he's red, and he said he's red. So that was the reason.
10
Okay.
seconds, Miss
So
Mamba.
right now, number 5 and number 1 is the most suspicious, but because number 1
Thank you,
normally
Miss
gives-
Mamba. Your time is up. And we continue with Mr. White. Your minute.
I am still trying to work things out. As I said, I'm somewhat worried about you, Miss Number 4. I'm not so much worried about number 1. I think you're just sort of trying to get the energy of the room, or you're just trying to sort of work things out. Yes, I fidget. It happens. Again, not getting a lot from this side of the table. More so, I think. Again, new group of people. I haven't known you for awful long, so I'm not sure what your tells are. I'm also number 6. You seem to be fairly straight in terms of your decisions, but
10 seconds left.
you did make that bad decision last game. But yeah,
Thank you, Mr. White. And we continue with Mr. Hamlock. Your minute.
I'm going to play number 4.
Nomination accepted.
Play number 4 said last round, you know about how you vote. I'm going to vote number 2. She voted number 9. She was so desperate to get someone else to get a nomination at the end. I feel like it just doesn't make sense. She's saying one thing and her actions are doing another. She's also now telling us we need to get lots and lots of nominations. That doesn't make sense. It could be 3 Mafia. The city needs to work together. So 4 is against 1. I believe that 4 is dark, so I'll be playing with 1. I also think we are at a crisis point where the sheriff does need to reveal, because my gut feeling is it was not 9, even as Mamba would say, first person to die is most of the time red. And so I think it is at that crisis point. I am not sheriff, but sheriff, please reveal.
10 seconds.
Even if you've already had your turn, you can make the signal and you can tell us who your checks were. Okay, who did you check? Me, and who else? 8 and
Your time is up, Mr. Hamlet. Thank you very much. And player number 7, Mr. Fisher. Your minute.
Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely nominate number 8 if there is no 8.
Nomination supported.
Are the sheriffs on the table? No, because sometimes we have more than one. Awesome. So yeah, number 1. Yeah. So you spoke a little more. Last games, I saw when you start nervous, you keep going, but this time you didn't keep going. So you, I don't know how to say, but anyway, so you was like more stable than usual. So number 3. So yeah, if you're a sheriff, why not to trust you? And all your speeches before they were quite logical. So there was no opinion. I would say. Number 5, you do analyze, but yeah, you a little bit nervous. But I didn't play with you last time, so I'm not sure. Miss Mamba,
10
yeah,
seconds.
there is some swing going there and there, so I'm not sure. So, but you're kind of in a gray area.
Thank you,
still
Mr.
playing.
Fisher. Your time is up. Mr. Timon, your minute.
Okay, I'm not an expert at playing this game, but I am actually the sheriff, so I know you're saying you haven't played much and all that, but you know enough. You've played enough, obviously. So, and I've checked number 1 and number 5 and, sorry, number 6 and number 5. They're the 3 I had checked. So, you know, so yeah. So I stand by it. So I'm nominating number 3.
Nomination accepted.
You checked us, it was good.
Warning,
It was bad,
Mr. Hamlet.
Yeah, that's what I said. Number 5 and 6 are good.
You have 5 seconds.
Yeah, pass.
Thank you, Mr. Tiny. Mr. Dramatic, you mean it?
I'm sure, I think someone did, just to be safe, I nominate number 8.
Support it?
Yeah, cool. There's only been 2 checks, so, I mean, anyway, you should have revealed straight away if you were really the sheriff, but anyway, I think number 3 is definitely the sheriff, I think you're definitely Mafia. Going forwards, you are going to kill tonight, but you get 1 more check, because you do get your final minute, so... I mean, it's up to you. I think 7 is red. I mean, I would check number 5, but it's up to you. 6 is good, because you check 6 and 6 is good, yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah, let's go down 8. You'll get 1 more check, and hopefully we'll be alright. Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Dramatic. That finished the conversation for the night. Please remove your hands, elbows of the table, no gesturing allowed. We're gonna cast our votes. These are the nominations in this order. Number 8, number 1, number 4, and number 3. Number 8, number 1, number 4, and number 3. Who wants to vote for player number 8? So, 1, 2, 3, 6. Thank you.
I'll join in.
Too late. Who wants to vote for player number 1? Who wants to vote for player number 4? What about player number 3? Unfortunately, Mr. Tiny, you've been voted out of the island, so you lost me.
Good game, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Tiny. Alright, people, go to sleep. We continue this. Please go to sleep. Thank you. Alright. Okay. The Mafia raises its pistols. I'm going to players. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. Thank you, Mafia. Go back to sleep. Dom, please wake up and check for sheriff.
Everything's alright.
Thank you, Dom. Sheriff, wake up and check for Mafia.
I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
Alright, good morning, everyone. Unfortunately, player number 3 has been killed. And Mr. Chipper, you last minute.
I checked number 7, he's Mark. Good call. Sorry, dude. That's about all I have. I have not checked anyone else. I've only checked you guys at the table. Obviously, I like number 1. I'm hoping you're not a backstabber. Thoughts on number 4? Very disruptive, very random, very chaotic. Not at all. Not at all conducive with good town health. Number 5 is nervous, so I'm not sure. Can't get a good read on. Could just be a personality quirk, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm unsure about number 5. Number 4 does not play like a town. That is my thoughts. Number 7 I was going to check you. I just couldn't tell between you and 4 really. So, thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Chipper. Alright, and we will start the conversation with Miss Mamba. You minute.
Thank you. Nobody called me random. I actually take it as a compliment. Very nice. Okay, so let's just remember who voted. So, Mr. Hamlock, we need to remember who voted against whom. So, when number 8, everybody vote, doesn't matter. Previous one. So I remember that against me vote 3 people, 5, 6, and 7. That's for sure. Did number 7 nominated? Did you nominate me? No, somebody else. You nominated. Okay, good. So neither 5 or 7 had no difference who to vote against, right? So who voted against number? Who was the previous one voted out? Number 9.
10 seconds.
It was a lot. Yeah, and Mafia definitely would be. So who did you vote in the first round when it was number 9? Yeah, me too.
And your time is up. Thank you, Miss Mamba. Mr. White, your minute.
I'm going to trust number 3 was the sheriff, so I'm going to nominate number 7 straight off.
Nomination accepted.
I think I've previously commented why I was a little bit sus about number 4. As much as I can explain my behaviour in the past, I'm still trying to follow 6 as best as I can. I hate to see what happens if you do turn out to be the Mafia, in which case I can't get a new job. I don't know much about 7. I'm just going with what 3 has said, and again with 1, just a general distaste about me. Nothing like it's
not personal. Sorry.
Warning,
it's been said a couple of times. Look, psychic powers. I don't know how random they are.
10
and
seconds.
the fact that you're trusting them, and I'll pass.
Thank you, Mr. White. Mr. Hamlet, your minute.
Just confirming, this is your first time playing? Just nod or shake? Have you played before? Okay. So I think the thing that's not being picked up is 3 died, which means the Mafia are playing a dynamic game, or they're at least playing well enough they know when the sheriff reveals they have to die, which makes me think 5 is the reddest on the table. Now, I'm going to die, just a second, I'm going to die next because sheriff has checked me, so it's going to be left you, 4, and 1. So the ultimate decision is going to come down to you between if you who's going to win. It's a lot for you first time, but you're going to have to bear that burden. I'm obviously supporting 7. I'm just still leaning 4 as darker because again, we now know 9 was red. She was asking for all these checks, said bot 9 nominated, and even afterwards was like, yeah, no, 9 was not too good. So I'm still going
Sorry,
against
didn't
9.
10 seconds, but your time is up.
I'm not saying.
Your time is up.
Go
Thank you,
first.
Mr. Hamlet. I'm sorry. I say I'm sorry. I didn't say 10 seconds. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Nothing personal. Or maybe nothing. Mr. Fisher, your last minute.
I think you you all need to listen to what our second sheriff said.
Thank you, Mr. Fisher. Mr. Dramatic, your minute.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we'll let 7 out. So, because it's down to these 2, I now think 4 is more dark than 5. Sorry. I realise now I shouldn't have said what I said about him dying because in case it was new people, I don't think it was, well, up until now I thought it was you, I don't anymore, I think it's 4 after 7. I mean, the psychic stuff was a joke and it obviously did not work out, so, anyway, 7 and then, no, remember what you said, she's random and chaotic and anyway, it's 7, yeah, 6 will
10
die,
seconds.
and then, well, ultimately it's up to you. Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Dramatic. So there's only 1 nomination. Mr. Fisher, your last minute. Thank you, Mr. Fisher. We go on time. And we go back to sleep. Alright, so the vicious mafia raises their pistols and got 2 players. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. Don't wake up and look for sheriff.
Second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be.
Thank you, Dom. Sheriff, wake up and look for mafia.
CEO.
Yeah, unfortunately, player number 6 died. And you let me know, Mr. Hamlet.
So it's again, it's going to come down for you. 1 and 4 are against each other. I don't envy what you have to do, but you will have to decide. Look, I have to say 4 I found darker, and look, 3 was Sheriff. He was the reddest. He had the same feelings about 4. I feel like she's really not been playing a team player the whole time. But especially if you have played a lot of these games before, like just trust your gut, trust what people who have been read have already said. So I was read, Sheriff was read, listen to their speech, read their language. I mean, if you have played before, I'll trust your judgment, but that's my opinion about it. And look, I'm not going to be like everyone else. It's a coin flip. If you make the wrong decision, don't be hard on yourself. But do your best and good luck. And if you want Mafia, that's crazy. But I don't think it is,
10
especially not
seconds.
your reaction. So, yep, that's my opinion. Listen to them speak, and then good luck. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Hamlet. Round of applause. And we start the conversation with player number 5, Mr. White.
I'm going to start off by nominating number 4.
Nomination accepted.
I don't think anything else needs to be said, so I'm just going to pass.
Thank you, Mr. White. Mr. Dramatic, you last minute.
I support the nomination 4. obviously.
Nomination supported, yep.
And I mean, I think you've decided, but I'm also now thinking, remember how hard she went against number 2, who was obviously red because she was killed. Anyway, yeah, I'll be voting for, obviously. Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Dramatic. Last conversation goes to player number 4, Ms. Hamba.
Thank you. I nominate player number 1.
Nomination accepted.
Okay, I have 60 seconds. Just think what actually happened. I know you trust number 6 and it's very good. But he, as we saw before, sometimes he made wrong decisions, right? So just think about what actually happened. Number 9 was definitely red, right? Because one of us is dark, 7 was dark, and number 8 is dark. So number 9 was red. Who voted against number 9? It
So
was
did
number
you.
1.
Warning, Mr.
It was number
Dramatic.
9. That's one thing to remember. The second thing to remember, Mafia, who was number 7, it was checked Mafia by Sheriff, there is no doubts about it. He voted against me. Remember, it was 3 of you, 5, 6, and 7. You voted against me. He would never vote against his Mafia fellow.
10 seconds.
Number 1 was playing against you. Then he understands that you actually looks very red to everyone to start to play against me.
Thank you, Miss Mamba. Thank you, Miss Mamba. All right, so let's finish the conversations. Elbows and everything out of the table. No touching. No gesturing. And we're gonna cast our vote. There's 2 nominations in this order. Player number 4, player number 1. I repeat, player number 4, player number 1. Who votes for player number 4? 2 votes. Thank you. Who plays for votes for player number 1? 1 vote. Thank you. Miss Mamba, your last minute.
Good on you. Good on you. Pass.
Thank you, Miss Mamba. And I declare the end of the game and the victory of City.
I told you I was right.
Sorry about that.
Mafia was number 4, number 7, Dom number 8, and Sheriff number 3.
So you always had it.
Fine.
So